Someone once came to me after a breakup and said, Prabhuji, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't even cry properly. The only thing I can do consistently is check their last scene on WhatsApp. Breakups. A word we often whisper but feel louder than thunder in our hearts. They hurt. They break us. And for many, they push us into a silent war called depression. I want to talk to you today, not as a monk, not as a motivational speaker, but as someone who has sat with hundreds of people, held their hands, and watched their eyes when love walked out on them. Because believe me, when someone you gave your world to walks away, it feels like your world ends. But maybe, just maybe, it's the beginning of a better one. Let me start by saying this. Depression after a breakup is real. It's not an excuse. It's not attention seeking. It is your heart saying, I gave everything. Now I have nothing left. People say, just move on. I say, how? It's not a file you close. It's not a tab on a browser you can click X on. It's your entire soul poured into a person, now spilled on the floor. Even Arjuna, the mighty warrior, had a breakdown in the middle of the battlefield, in the middle of purpose. And Lord Krishna didn't say, come on Arjuna, be a man. No, he sat beside him. He understood. Because sometimes before we can lift a bow again, we must first lift our broken selves. We often fall not in love with a person, but with a picture of forever. We plan houses, babies, honeymoons, retirement plans, all in our heads. And when they leave, it's not just their absence that hurts, it's the death of those dreams. I once met a young man in Mumbai, brilliant, successful, but shattered. His girlfriend left him after 5 years. And you know what he said to me? I don't miss her, Prabhuji. I miss us. The version of me that only existed with her. And I told him that version of you is not lost. That love, that softness, that warmth, it was always you. Not her. You gave it. You can give it again. Let's be honest. Some of our heartbreak stories are actually comedy material. One boy told me, she said she needs space, so I gave her space. Now she's using that space to date someone else. Another said, she told me I'm too good for her, then married someone way worse. I'm not laughing at your pain, my friends. I'm laughing with you. Because sometimes laughter is a medicine too. Even Lord Hanuman, when he was mocked by Ravana, smiled. Why? Because he knew he wasn't losing anything. Ravana was. So if they left you, don't think you've lost. Think maybe they just made space for something divine to enter. We must understand not every rejection is a punishment. Some rejections are protection. When Sita Mata was taken by Ravana, Lord Rama didn't immediately go into depression. He searched. He fought. But he didn't lose his identity. Because love is not about losing yourself for someone. It's about becoming more of yourself with someone. Let me tell you something very personal. There was a time when I sat with a young girl who was crying uncontrollably. She said, I don't want to live anymore. I held her hand and asked, is your pain worth ending your life? She said, I gave him everything. Now there's nothing left. And I told her, if you gave him everything, it means you are the source, which means you can create everything again. You are not empty. You are a river, and rivers refill. Millions around the world feel what you're feeling. You're not weak. You're human. Some people say time heals all wounds. I disagree. Time just passes. What you do with time heals you. If you keep checking their Instagram, rereading old chats, listening to your sad playlist like it's a ritual, then time won't help. But if you use time to read, to walk, to talk to God, to discover your purpose, to be of service, you don't just heal, you evolve. Even Lord Shiva, in deep sorrow after Sati's sacrifice, didn't destroy the world. He meditated, he turned pain into power. After a breakup, you don't need a rebound. You need a reunion with yourself. Take yourself on dates. Dress up for you. Listen to your thoughts. Be kind to your tears. Because if you can't love yourself after they left, maybe you didn't love yourself enough while they were there. They will come with clarity, with peace, and with grace. But first, be that person for yourself. Some of the world's greatest art, music, poetry, and spirituality came from heartbreak. Tulsidas wrote Ramcharitmanas after heartbreak. Mirabai wrote her most divine bhajans after rejection. Their pain didn't destroy them, it delivered them to God. So don't waste your pain, use it. Let your tears become ink. Let your silence become strength. The same heart that broke is the heart that can rebuild. So today, if you're sitting there with your heart in pieces, I want you to remember you are not broken. You are becoming. Let them go. Not with hatred, not with bitterness. Let them go with gratitude. They came, they taught, they left. Now it's your time to rise. And don't just heal for them, heal for you, heal for your future. Because somewhere, someone is waiting for the version of you that has learned, grown, and glowed. Keep walking. God never wastes pain. And when you reach the other side of the storm, you so look back and whisper, thank you for leaving, because in losing you, I found me.